Hello, and welcome to another Angry's Unit of the Week. And today we're taking a look at the DO-217 J-1 ground attack plane. The DO-207 was a German, well, you could say it was a medium bomber. They classified it as a heavy bomber at the time. It was used by the German Luftwaffe and entered into service in 1941. Now, bombing stuff is cool and all, but the Germans are also having an issue, as the British were bombing them at night. And that wasn't exactly ideal. So they wanted to be able to shoot these planes as they come over at night. And so they developed night fighters. The whole idea of night fighters is they'd usually get bigger airplane frames, put a bunch of cannons and whatnot on the front, send them out at night, usually with either infrared gun systems or radar systems, and try to shoot down as many Halifaxes or Lancasters as they can. The DO-217 would be one of these airplanes with the J model, where essentially just fitted a bunch of extra cannons on the front. Now, what I find rather interesting is there's two models of this, the J-1 and the J-2. The J-1 would enter into production in 1942, and production the same year, 130 odd being made. This is the one that we've seen in game. In real life, however, from what I've read, I'm no aviation expert, it didn't actually have the radar system installed. All it had was an infrared gun sight to help you shoot Halifaxes at night. So why the in-game model has the radar, I don't know. The J2 model would, however, but the J2 didn't actually enter production or proper service. But nonetheless, the J1 would be used, and it proved to be rather right in the German Luftwaffe eyes. It could shoot down airplanes rather effectively with its crazy front armament of 4 20mm and 4 machine guns, but it's still rather slow and sluggish, as it still kept one of the bomb bays. The other one was converted into a fuel tank, and also having the rear-mounted machine guns, which just slowed down the plane. In-game, the DO-217 J-1 is a 75-point ground attack plane available to the 5th Panzer and 1st Ski Jäger divisions. It has 3 weapons. So, you have 4 20mm cannons facing frontwards with 800 rounds of ammunition, 4 regular machine guns with 2,800 rounds of ammunition, and 2 13mm machine guns facing backward. One's on top of the plane, and one is below the plane. Essentially, it's pretty simple. You got a lot of DACA in the front, but not a lot in the back. And if we pop down to the miscellaneous stat, it moves at 450 km an hour, has normal optics, bad agility, and medium resilience. In battle, the 217 is a pretty damn useful plane to have in your arsenal. It's a strafing plane. Its job is rather simple. You strafe a target with lots of cannon fire, and if it's a soft target, such as infantry anti-tank guns, you do quite a few HP points of damage. If it's a light vehicle, you can actually kill it, especially if it's an open top. And heavier vehicles, you will really just instantly suppress. And same with all the other targets, you will suppress them with one good old run. You can get 6 to 7 strafes in before it runs out of 20mm ammo, and by that time it's pretty much useless. But that's still a pretty good amount of time over target you can get. And because it's an A-phase exclusive plane, it really actually plays in really well, because you want to be getting this plane out in A-phases. The enemy will usually not have a dedicated anti-aircraft net set up, so you can just fly around willy-nilly and strafe targets. Bonus points if you bring a recon plane. You can really wreak havoc on the enemy backlines if you do that. And what we can do with the DO is actually fight other planes, which sounds a bit silly, but you gotta realize this is 75 points. That is a bargain. You can get pretty much 2 of these planes for 150. And yes, they can bring out a Yak fighter or a Lag, which can outturn you and all of that. But 2 planes usually beat run, and all you have to do is get behind the enemy target for just a little bit, and the cannons pretty much do most of the talking. You pretty much just rinse dogfights and numbers, and you do have numbers. With 5th Panzer you can get 6 of these unvetted, and with Ski Jäger you can get 4 of them unvetted, which is pretty good. I personally take the unvetted runs. Maybe a 5th Panzer you want to take the run style veterancy, just because you don't feel like you need 6 DOs, but you know, you can't really go wrong using 6 DOs. The veterancy doesn't make that much of a difference, I find. Yes, it stops you from being suppressed as easy when you get shot by anti-aircraft fire and whatnot. But just you can also just get more planes and shoot more stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome plane to have. I'd highly recommend taking it for both the divisions you can get. It is pretty cheesy to use in a phase, I'm not gonna lie, once you have it flying around and strafing targets, as it is fantastic at dealing with those high priority threats such as early IS-2s, AT guns, T-34-85s, that Sturmoviki LPO squad that's coming really close. Oh god, those flamethrowers, please stop firing. It's just a good one-hit, one-kill plane. And well, I'm gonna leave it off at that. It's been another Rank Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and usual, please just take it easy.